Genius people like Huamin are like ferrofluid. Once they encounter strong temptation, they will immediately stop and bring out their inner little devil. Fluid, commonly known as venom, often transforms. Friends familiar with it know that this stuff is very expensive. 1 pound can sell for the sky-high price of 500 grams. In fact, many do not know that the production method of ferrofluid is simple. Just wipe the key on the fixed paper, place a glass cup, and prepare a bottle of old used engine oil that has run 100,000 kilometers, then slowly pour it into the cup. Its color is bright, and the texture is pure. A bag of iron powder picked from a trash can. Its main components are iron 3 oxide and iron 4 oxide. Use a bottle of lady iron to tempt 2 bros. The allure of the problem is very nice. Once on fire, it cannot be pulled out. Take a spoonful of little black powder, slowly pour it into the cup, and then start stirring constantly. You must use the hand speed honed over 30 years because the solution is still somewhat thin. Then take another spoonful of little black powder and continue stirring. Your hand speed is still not good enough. Switch to a small electric motor. Hey, this thing really works. A cup of rich ferrofluid is about to be completed. Of course, I have to let the fans in front of the screen try it first. Testing with the female iron, it's pretty effective. But why doesn't it look like the pointed tip I imagined? Instead, it resembles the folds of skin. Let's try pouring it into a dog bowl. It does have some magnetoheological fluid effect, but we didn't get the little spikes we wanted, and the peaks have a very rough surface. The reason for this is quite simple. It's because the iron powder particles we used are too large. Typically, in commonly seen electroheological grade magnetoheological fluids, the iron ions inside are at the nanoscale. Next, we will improve the process. The main materials used here include flowing water, iron, 3-chloride, ferrous sulfate, water with 10% sulfuric acid concentration, distilled cow water, alcohol with over 99% concentration, aviation kerosene, and a bottle of white vinegar. With all the ingredients listed, let's start the production immediately. Heat the distilled water to 70 degrees Celsius, pour it into a cup, and add 4 milliliters of white vinegar to prevent the iron ions from oxidizing at high temperatures. 10 grams of ferric chloride hexahydrate is added to the container. 6 grams of ferrous sulfate and small sugar pellets are also put in. Stir evenly, and let it sit for 1 minute to fully dissolve. Pour 100 milliliters of ammonia water directly into the cup when the solution is not paying attention, and make sure to keep stirring during this process. To avoid generating a large number of bubbles, as soon as it is poured in, the solution turns black. Stir and let it stand for a few minutes, and the black particles start to settle. At this time, by continuing to stir, we will form the nanoscale trisulfide required. Place a piece of strong porcelain at the bottom to attract the small black particles in the solution to the bottom. Once the sedimentation is complete, pour out the water and add distilled water to continue washing the sediment. And take 1 milliliter of oleic acid and add 20 milliliters of ammonia solution. This stuff really has a strong smell. Non-professionals should definitely not imitate this. After an intense bout of inhumane stirring, the solution at the bottom of the bottle turns gelatinous. Dilute it with water and continue stirring. A fragrant cup of Indian aloe vera juice is ready. Say no more, the fans drink first. Then pour the small black particle solution into the aloe juice and stir well. Stir once every 5 minutes to allow the ammonia molecular chain to be attracted by the magnetite particles. At this point, add 1 milliliter of white vinegar to neutralize the excess ammonia, stop stirring, and wait for the solution to settle. The oleic acid in the bottle will deteriorate. Use an aluminum magnet to attract the iron ions in the cup. Pour out the impurities from the top layer, then wash with alcohol repeatedly. After filtering the sediment several times, the resulting slurry will be obtained. Since there is still a large amount of alcohol inside, we need to use the cold air mode of a hairdryer to dry it. Now we have obtained very pure nano-sized acid iron particles. Transfer them to another container and add an appropriate amount of kerosene, stirring well to blend. Our ferrofluid is finally complete. Quickly test it with a strong magnet, and small patterns immediately emerge. Smooth and even. Really nice. Place it on an adjustable voltage electromagnet, and you can control the shape of the kazama by changing the voltage. It's very interesting. What do you think? Isn't it beautiful? Use another magnet to attract it. It's really quite fun. How about this little guy? Have you fallen in love with it?